Have you ever felt that old familiar itch to pack a suitcase and chase the sunset? Yet a small voice in the back of your mind whispers, "Is this still safe now that I'm over 70? For decades, you may have embraced the thrill of exploring new places, collecting passport stamps, walking bustling city streets, and sampling exotic meals without a second thought. But lately, there's a hint of uncertainty. The world is still vast and enticing, but the body's telling you that it can't bounce back the way it used to. Maybe you still long to see Europe's famous cathedrals, where you hope to catch up with family across the country without turning your trip into an ordeal. Before you dismiss these dreams as too risky, stay with me, because we're going to dig into 5 hidden dangers of traveling after 70, along with practical ways to dodge them. If you've been craving a dose of adventure, or just the joy of being someplace new, it's worth hearing how you can stay safe and still have a fantastic time. Let's be honest, no matter what our birth certificate says, that spark for exploration rarely fades. There's something magical about stepping off a plane or opening your car door in a different zip code, feeling the air and culture change around you. The challenge? Our bodies and minds aren't the same at 70, 75, or 80 as they were at 50. Certain pitfalls lie in wait, pitfalls that younger travelers rarely worry about. These can sneak up on you, turning a trip that should be fun and rejuvenating into a stressful, sometimes even dangerous experience. Understanding these risks isn't meant to frighten you off the road or ground you at home. Instead, think of it as shining a light on potential trouble spots so you can map a safe and fulfilling journey. You've likely heard the generic warnings. Watch out for pickpockets, don't drink unsafe water, keep your passport secure, and so on. But after 70, the dangers often aren't the dramatic ones. They're the subtle ones, the day-to-day issues that creep up on older adults more easily than we expect. Below, we'll explore 5 of these hidden perils in detail. Along the way, you'll discover workable tips to ensure your travels remain adventurous without tipping into misery or health scares. And trust me, these suggestions aren't about bubble wrapping yourself and skipping the fun. They're about making small, smart decisions that keep you feeling strong and confident while you roam. Hidden danger number 1. Travel fatigue can hit harder than you expect. Long flights, early check-ins, hauling your luggage through airports. These might have felt like mild inconveniences years ago, but at 70 or beyond, they could be genuinely exhausting. Travel fatigue isn't just about feeling a little tired. It's about your body struggling to adapt to sudden time zone shifts, abrupt changes in routine, and extended periods of sitting. You might board a plane feeling fine, but after several hours cramped in a seat, you step off wobbly, stiff, and more drained than ever. That intense fatigue can linger for days, sapping the joy from what should be an exciting arrival. Let's paint a picture. You land in a vibrant city, maybe Barcelona, or even a simple 2-state trip from Florida to Michigan, and you're itching to explore. But instead, you're in your hotel room, nursing an aching back and puzzling over why you feel so spent. The next morning, it might be even worse. Your legs feel heavy, your energy's low, and that sparkling itinerary you created starts feeling like a burden rather than a gift. Sure, younger travelers also deal with jet lag, but older adults can have a harder time bouncing back. When your body's energy reserves are lower, a rushed or lengthy journey can quickly turn into a barrier that keeps you from enjoying the destination. How to avoid it? Strategy and pacing. Before you leave, plan for rest in your itinerary, literally schedule downtime. If you're flying across multiple time zones, consider booking flights that allow you to arrive earlier in the day, giving your body a chance to reset before evening. Build in an extra day at the start of your trip just to acclimate. And if you're traveling domestically by car, break the trip into 2 or 3 smaller drives rather than forcing yourself to barrel through in one shot. During flights, request an aisle seat so you can stretch your legs, walk the aisle every hour or 2, and avoid stiffness. Simple exercises like rotating your ankles or gently rolling your shoulders can keep blood flowing. After you land, don't feel guilty about grabbing a quick afternoon nap or just taking it slow that first day. Yes, you're eager to see the sights, but it's far better to ease in gently than to crash on the second day. Hidden danger number 2, mobility and falls. It's easy to forget how much traveling demands on your physical movement. Maybe the pavement in Rome is uneven, or the curbs in small towns are steeper than you're used to. Then there are the hotel bathtubs with high edges or slick shower floors, or the cramped restrooms on a plane that can jostle you off balance. Falls can happen fast. One moment you're strolling a quaint cobblestone path, the next you're on the ground with a twisted ankle or worse, a broken bone. A fall isn't just embarrassing. It can abruptly end your vacation, leading to hospital visits and a tough recovery that follows you home. Picture Ruth, who's 78. She'd spent months dreaming of her trip to Lisbon, but on her first evening out, she stepped wrong on a tiled walkway, landed hard, and fractured her wrist. Her entire trip changed in an instant. Airport pickups, hotel stays, flight changes, everything became complicated by her injury. Instead of tasting local pastries and strolling scenic overlooks, she spent days trying to navigate a foreign healthcare system and dealing with pain. How to avoid it? Tools, awareness, and choosing friendly terrain. Start by being honest about your mobility limits. If you sometimes use a cane at home, bring it, or consider a collapsible travel cane. Many older adults feel reluctant to appear weak, but a simple support tool can save you from a disastrous fall. Likewise, choose supportive footwear, even if it looks less fashionable. Grippy soles, firm ankles, and proper arch support can be a game changer on slick or uneven surfaces. Research your accommodations ahead of time. Does your hotel offer accessible bathrooms with grab bars, walk-in showers, or lower step bathtubs? If not, can you request a shower chair or a ground floor room? Don't be shy to call or email places in advance. The little bit of effort can prevent that dreaded slip in a poorly designed bathtub. When you're out exploring, use extra caution on unfamiliar surfaces. Slow down. This might mean you see a few less attractions each day, but it helps you stay safe and capable. If there's an escalator, hold that handrail. If the sidewalk looks uneven, walk on the smoother side or use an arm-in-arm approach with a travel companion. Pride is good, but not if it results in a tumble. Hidden danger number 3, dehydration and dietary pitfalls. Travel is often a feast for the senses and the stomach. Street food stalls, local restaurants, free glasses of wine on the flight. There's temptation everywhere. But older bodies can react poorly to abrupt dietary changes, high-sodium meals, or dehydration from airplane cabins. You might brush it off by saying, "Hey, I'm on vacation," but the older you get, the more your system might punish you for overindulging or ignoring hydration. Imagine you spend a day in the sun, touring ancient ruins or walking a city's main boulevard. In your excitement, you skip drinking enough water. The next morning, you wake with a headache, parched mouth, maybe even dizziness. Dehydration can lead to worse conditions, too, like urinary tract infections or dangerously low blood pressure. And if you're prone to acid reflux or have conditions like diabetes, fluctuating meal times or sugary treats can throw your system off balance fast. How to avoid it? Manage your intake, plan your snacks. Start by always carrying a water bottle. Yes, it's a small hassle, but you'll thank yourself. Drink even when you're not super thirsty. Older adults often have blunted thirst signals, meaning you might already be low on fluids by the time you feel parched. If you're traveling by air, request water frequently. Airplane cabins are notoriously dry. For meals, strive for moderation. Enjoy local delicacies, but pair them with simpler, healthier choices. If you have specific dietary needs, like low salt or low sugar, research restaurants in advance or keep a stash of easy snacks like unsalted nuts or fruit. Don't skip meals altogether, thinking you'll just power through. That can lead to energy crashes or gulping down a large dinner that upsets your stomach. Instead, aim for smaller, balanced meals throughout the day. And yes, if you want that slice of pizza in Naples or that chocolate croissant in Paris, go for it. Just balance it out with plenty of water, some fresh fruit, or a lighter meal next time around. This approach helps keep your digestion steady, your energy up, and your body better able to handle the rigors of being on the go. Hidden danger number 4, medical emergencies and insurance hassles. When you're home, it's easy to pop over to your local doctor if something feels off. On the road, whether overseas or just a state away, medical help may be slower, costlier, or downright confusing. Take an older adult who forgets to bring enough medication, or someone who has a heart condition flaring up in the middle of a foreign city. Suddenly, you're not just dealing with an illness, but also language barriers, unfamiliar healthcare systems, and the potential of enormous medical bills if you're not properly insured. Think about Harold, 77, who took a cruise through the Caribbean. Midway, he experienced chest pains. The ship's medical team provided initial care, but he needed hospital attention on land. He discovered his regular insurance didn't cover treatment in that region. Stranded in a foreign hospital, he and his family faced not only the stress of his health crisis, but also unexpected costs. It turned a dream cruise into a financial and emotional nightmare. How to avoid it? Smart planning, coverage, and communication. Before you leave, talk to your doctor about your travel plans. Confirm you have enough of every medication, plus extra in case of flight delays or lost luggage. If you rely on oxygen therapy or have special needs, find out what local resources or airlines can accommodate you. Some folks carry a brief letter from their doctor detailing health conditions and prescriptions in case an emergency arises. Next, review your insurance coverage carefully. Does your policy apply out of state or abroad? Do you need supplemental travel insurance? Yes, it can feel like an extra expense, but the peace of mind is priceless if you face a sudden hospital stay. Check what the policy covers: medical evacuation, hospital stays, medication replacements, etc. No one likes reading insurance fine print, but a few minutes of research could save you thousands of dollars and a world of stress. If traveling abroad, note the local emergency numbers and hospital addresses. If language barriers worry you, consider learning a handful of medical phrases in the local language or installing a translation app on your phone. Small steps like that can keep a scary moment from spiraling into confusion. Hidden danger number 5: overdoing the itinerary and missing the joy. Here's a hidden danger that has nothing to do with safety or health concerns: the risk of turning your trip into a forced march that robs you of pleasure. Because you might feel it's now or never, you pack every museum, historical site, or scenic overlook into a single itinerary. Day 1, 3 sites by noon, then a guided tour by dinner. Day 2, a 5 a.m. wake up to catch a sunrise vantage point, followed by an all-day bus ride. Even if your body manages to survive the intense schedule, you risk feeling rushed, stressed, and ironically disappointed, like you never truly savored any moment. For example, consider Mary, 72, who planned a week in London. She'd never been there before and wanted to see everything: the Tower of London, Buckingham Palace, the British Museum, plus day trips to nearby towns. She planned each hour meticulously. By day 3, she was exhausted, her feet screamed for rest, and her attention span was shot. She realized she'd snapped a museum guard simply out of fatigue. Mary concluded she was too busy doing to appreciate being in a new place. How to avoid it? Slower travel, quality over quantity. Give yourself permission to slow down. If there's a place you've always dreamed of, dedicate more time there rather than spreading your days across multiple cities. Build lazy blocks into the schedule. An afternoon free of tours, simply to wander at your own pace or sit at a cafe, observing local life. You're more likely to create meaningful memories when you immerse yourself deeply in fewer experiences rather than skimming dozens in a state of perpetual rush. Also, honor your body signals. If you wake up feeling tired or achy, maybe skip a planned excursion that day. Instead, explore something nearby at a gentler pace, or rest up so you can feel better tomorrow. If you're traveling with family or friends, communicate your comfort zone. Let them know you may not keep up with a hectic schedule, but you'll happily join them for select highlights. Slowing down doesn't mean you'll see nothing. It means you'll absorb more of what you do see and return home with your health and spirit intact. Bringing it all together, yes, you can still enjoy travel. So, there you have 5 hidden pitfalls: travel fatigue, mobility risks, dietary traps, medical uncertainties, and the lure of an overstuffed itinerary. By understanding these threats, you can tackle them head-on. The beauty is that travel after 70 can still be deeply rewarding. Imagine soaking up a spectacular sunset on a quiet beach, savoring a meal with new friends in a different part of the world, or reuniting with far-flung relatives without the stress overshadowing your joy. Think of each hidden danger as a rung on the ladder of traveling smart. Tame travel fatigue by pacing yourself and including rest days. Guard against falls with sturdy footwear, mobility support, and caution in unfamiliar terrains. Stay healthy inside out through mindful eating and steady hydration. Protect yourself from medical crises with the right insurance and advanced planning. Finally, steer clear of overscheduling so you can embrace the wonder that drew you to travel in the first place. Above all, cut yourself some slack. Maybe you can't keep the same breakneck pace you had at 30, but that might be a blessing in disguise. Slowing down can help you notice the small details, the gentle hum of a distant flute in the marketplace, the subtle differences in architecture from one neighborhood to another, or the relaxed conversation you share with a local shopkeeper. Those are the moments you'll cherish, far more than checking off a giant to-do list in record time. And as you plan your next adventure, whether it's an exotic cruise or a simple weekend getaway, treat these guidelines like a toolkit. Each tip is a reminder that you deserve a trip that's both safe and fulfilling. Yes, the world can still be your playground. Your age may change the rules a bit, but it doesn't have to steal the game. With sensible precautions, the right mindset, and a willingness to adapt, you can create memories that sparkle with the same vibrancy you remember from younger days. Perhaps even more, because you now appreciate every moment in a deeply seasoned way. Final words: pack smart, stay curious, and hit the road wisely. Before we wrap up, remember, these suggestions aren't meant to scare you off traveling. They're about making sure your journey stays magical, not marred by preventable headaches or health problems. Trust your instincts and your body. Communicate with travel companions or agencies about your needs. And wherever you go, let your curiosity lead while your common sense sets healthy boundaries. Because life doesn't end at 70. Your capacity for exploration, wonder, and joy remain, waiting for you to give them a chance. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you found these insights valuable, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give us a like. That way, you'll stay in the loop for more practical tips and honest conversations about aging boldly, traveling safely, and living your best life at every step of the journey. Remember, a little thoughtful planning goes a long way. Now, go pack your bags. There's a whole world out there eager to say hello. Bon voyage!